Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Ryan Giggs has told Manchester United's young winger Alejandro Garnacho that he needs to find consistency on the pitch with himself and the attacking options he is alongside. Garnacho has not exactly hit the heights expected of him this season, with just 5 goals and 1 assist from 32 Premier League appearances in the 2024-25 campaign. In comparison to his previous 2 breakout seasons, where he broke into the double figures for goals each time, 15 in 2022-23 and 10 in 2024-25, 2023-24, the Argentinian has struggled to find the net under new manager Ruben Amorim. While Garnacho recorded an assist in United's dramatic win over Lyon in the Europa League quarter-finals recently, fans could be feeling let down with his lack of consistency on the wing so far. But now, the 20-year-old has been handed some golden advice from a former Red Devils legend, as Giggs urged him to keep his head down and keep going. Giggs was appearing on the Rio Ferdinand Presents podcast, presented by Qatar Airways, which goes live at 6 a.m. on Friday, the 25th of April. Host Ferdinand, who was part of the United team with Giggs that won 24 trophies together, asked his ex-teammate what he thought of Garnacho so far this season. The former winger was complimentary of the young star, but did note his options up front were limited. Giggs said he's an exciting player. He likes to risk. He likes to take players on. As soon as he gets the ball, his first thought is, right, tap the full back, which I like. As wingers, young players, you have dips, but also, what targets does he have in front of him? You know, I used to have a 10 drop. I used to have a Teddy Sheringham and Eric Cantona dropping off, a Dwight Yorkie or a Andy Coley running behind, a Ruud van Nistelrooy running in behind. I always had options, so I had a pass in front and a pass in behind. He probably doesn't have them options because there's only one centre forward. So then you have to build the relationship quickly, because I see Højlund running near post, pulling up, back post sometimes. Ferdinand then brought up the issue of consistency with Garnacho, and Giggs did place the blame across the entire forwarding line as he explained there's no consistency from him and from the wide men. So he might be running front post because last time Garnacho played it to the front post, so it's about building relationship. He's now playing a different position where it's a lot back to goal. I feel his strength is facing the defenders up and taking them on, but he's a young player and he's still learning. And yeah, of course, like I did when I was younger, I had to improve on my goals, improve on my final ball. You have to do that as wingers, and you'll learn that from experience. In order to improve his performance, Giggs has urged Garnacho to become comfortable with making snap decisions and getting to know what his attacking teammates preferred when assisting them in front of goal. He added, well, when you're in the crossing positions, what's your mindset? So if you're on the edge of the box, what's your options? Is it a 1-2? Is it a cut back? A little cross into the back post? I knew where everyone was running, so I knew Ruud was in the middle of the goal. He won't run near post. He won't pull it out. He was in the middle of the goal for a tap-in. I knew that Scholesy would be arriving late. I knew that Eric Cantona liked back post the majority of the time. So I already knew where I was putting the ball. You know, you're running up full speed, your head's down, you've got a defender up, but you already know what you're doing. You can't go, right, what am I going to do now? Oh, right, the ball's taken off you. So you've already got an idea where you are on the pitch, what you're going to do with it. Manchester United are among a host of clubs monitoring James McAtee's situation as the Manchester City starlet approaches the final year of his contract. McAtee, 22, is considering his future at City, despite boss Pep Guardiola wanting to keep him. The talented playmaker has featured 13 times in the Premier League this season, and he'll face more competition for a place in the starting 11 if City follow through on their interest in Bayer Leverkusen's Florian Wirtz or Nottingham Forest star Morgan Gibbs-White. Wirtz and Gibbs-White are both on the Premier League champions shortlist after it was confirmed that club legend Kevin De Bruyne would be leaving the Etihad at the end of this season. McAtee would hope to benefit from De Bruyne's exit, but City want to sign a ready-made replacement who can straight slot into Guardiola's side. The England under-21 international was given just his second league start of the season on Tuesday. as City boosted their chances of qualifying for the Champions League with a late 2-1 win at home to Aston Villa. McAtee's performances have still caught the eye of some of Europe's biggest clubs. According to The Telegraph, both Leverkusen and Forest would be interested in McAtee as a replacement for their respective midfielders. United, Newcastle and AC Milan have also been named among the clubs keeping tabs on his situation. The 22-year-old would fit United's recruitment model of signing young players who can grow together as a team. Guardiola recently admitted that he doesn't know if McAtee will stay beyond the summer, with his current deal expiring in 2026. "For the age, I'd like him to stay," Guardiola said of the Salford-born star. "But I understand the players want more minutes. I would like him to stay. He's a player for the academy. He knows the patterns. He's a lovely person and trained really good. He can play different positions, but I don't know how the squad will be, and we will see." The City boss took responsibility for McAtee's lack of minutes this season and insisted he wouldn't hold that against him. "I didn't allow him to play minutes, so I cannot ask anything from the players who don't play a lot of minutes. They could do better?" "No," Guardiola added. "Maka has this quality, the ability to create. He is there. The game worked better against Palace. You create chances. Maka close to the box is quite similar to Phil. They are there. A sense. It's difficult to train, to make that movement, because the ball is coming. If he plays minutes, he will score. Will." Manchester United could face a very busy summer after a disastrous season. The Red Devils have endured their worst ever Premier League campaign under Ruben Amorim. A huge squad overhaul is planned, with a number of current first-team stars potentially set for exits. That could include Marcus Rashford, who is currently in the middle of a loan spell with Aston Villa. And should he exit, that could potentially open the door to a move for Wolves star Matheus Cunha, who has been identified as priority signing for the Red Devils. Away from transfers, there's still plenty for United to do between now and the end of the season. They are in the Europa League semi-finals and will take on Athletic Bilbao, with a potential matchup with Spurs in the final to come. With all of that being said, take a look at all of the standout headlines from Old Trafford. Marcus Rashford is reportedly not keen on moving to London should he leave Man United this summer. The forward is widely expected to depart permanently after his loan spell with Aston Villa. The Midlands side have a £40 million option, albeit that is far from certain. It is suggested that Rashford will not be rushed into a decision and is happy to wait until mid-June. He, however, does not want to move to the capital, with Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham all consequently ruled out. Meanwhile, he is also determined to be playing in the Champions League next season. Man United and Man City could go head-to-head for the signing of Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa. The Red Devils may look to replace Andre Onana, while Ederson's City future looks quite uncertain. United report understands that City are set to step up their interest with Costa. He has a £63 million release clause written into his contract, but club chiefs are keen to negotiate that down. United have also been linked, with both Diogo Dalot and Bruno Fernandes having given their approval to his arrival. One man who could be drafted in as a replacement for the outgoing Rashford is Wolves star Matheus Cunha. United have already been linked with a move for the Brazilian, and Gary Neville would be a big fan. They're desperate in that position. He would suit the system. You think of what Manchester United are playing now. They've let Jadon Sancho, Antony and Marcus Rashford go, 3 players who more naturally travel with the ball, Neville told Sky Sports. They're playing with Garnacho at the moment, but that leaves them lopsided. On the other side, it's Xerxes or Bruno Fernandes stepping up one. Mason Mount is sometimes there too. They need someone who can beat players, someone who is equally as good at running through the middle with the ball, as well as sometimes going outside. He's the type of player you could see Manchester United being interested in. He suits this system that Ruben Amorim wants to play. They've lost 3 players who fill that position, so they need to fill those roles, or they're going to struggle. They need to score goals, Manchester United. You need players who can take risks, are good in the final third, and Cunha's got a lot of ability. If I was playing against him, I wouldn't like a player with a bit of fight. Some of the best players in the world had a spike to them. I love a player with a character.